Hi students, in this session we will discuss about the performance. Here the performance is nothing but of the system performance of it. The system performance. One of the important aspect of the computer system is its performance, or one of the important characteristics of the computer system is its performance. Here, see what is meant by the performance. The most important measure of computer is how quickly it can execute the program. Here, whenever you have given some input data to a system, it generates some output. But here, how much of time it has been taken to generate the output. So, in generally, if a system, the the tendency of every human being is, if a system generates an output very fastly, we says that the system performance is good. Sometimes it takes more time. Generally, we will say in general word the system is slow. Here, slow is nothing but of the performance. Mainly three factors are going to be affect the performance. One is the hardware design of the system. The second one is the mission level instructions. The third one is the compiler. So these three factors are going to be mainly affect the performance of the system. The hardware design, the mission level instructions of a system, and the compiler. For better performance, all these factors must be designed in a coordinated way. So that means if one part of the system is good and other part of the system is not good, so definitely the performance is going to be less. Whenever you are measuring the performance or designing the system, you want to consider different aspects of the system. So at that, for example, simply say, I have been taken a high end of primary memory, but my process speed is low. At that time, automatically the performance of the system will be low. If I have been taken a high end of processor and my primary memory RAM is very low low capacity, at that time also the performance will be less. So like that, whenever you are designing the system or whenever you are considering the performance of a system, all the parts of the system should be in a coordinated way. So that is either the hardware design of the system, the mission level instructions, and what's the compiler you are going to be used there, all these things. If you have a good coordinated way, all these things, definitely your performance of the system will be as a good. Here see, the total time required to execute the program is called as a elapsed time. See, the total time required to execute the program called as a elapsed time, which is a measure of performance of entire computer system. So how much of time it has been taken to execute our program is called as a elapsed time. So that time is going to be give the overall performance measure of your entire computer system, affected by the speed of processor, disk, printer, like that. So this may be affected by the speed of the processor, the disk, that means primary memory, all those things, and also the device. Sometimes it also depends upon the devices. Here they have been given a printer, not only a printer, any device, that also going to be affect the performance of your system. 3. The process time to execute a program depends on the hardware involved in the execution of individual mission instructions. This is a bus cable. This is the main memory. This is the processor. Here see, the processor time to execute a program depends on the hardware involved in the execution of individual mission instructions. In generally, the main memory is the speed one. But whenever you go for this one, the processor, it will be low compared to that one. The main, whenever we compare with the main memory, the processor is at a high end, high speed. So there is some gap speed variation among those two in between of the device main memory and in between of the device processor. To make the balances of these things, why we want to make a balance means, if you want to increase the performance of a system, you want to manage these two devices at some level of speed, but one is at high end and another one is at low. So for that purpose, they are using a cache memory here. So with the help of the cache memory, definitely they are going to manage the speed. So whenever they manage the speed, definitely it is going to be increase the performance of the system. The second one, processor clock. Processor circuits are controlled by timing signal called as a clock. Processor circuits are controlled by timing signal called clock. The regular time intervals are known as clock cycles. So how much of regular time interval, so how much of time it has been taken to complete that particular task, that will be known as a clock cycle. The execution of each instruction is divided into several steps, each of which completes in one clock cycle. So whenever you have an instruction, the instruction may not execute in a single step. The instruction may be divided into subparts also. Each part will execute in one clock cycle. For example, we have A plus B into C plus D. So first it is going to be performed A plus B as one clock cycle, and next C plus D another clock cycle. After that, it is in the third step, it is going to be multiply those two. So like that, at a single step may not possible to execute the entire instruction, because of there may be a several steps in the instruction, so that may be divided into several types. After that, it is going to be executed. So whenever you go for the clock rate, the clock rate is measured in cycles per second or hertz. The clock rate equals to R equals to 1 by P. So here P is the length of the clock cycle. Here P is the length of the clock cycle. The clock rate equals to R equals to 1 by P. So it is measured in a cycle per second or hertz, and we can also define P is the length of a clock cycle. So what is the basic performance equation? The basic performance equation is E equals to N into S by R. The basic performance equation is T equals to N into S by R. T, a processor time required to execute a program. How much of time it required to execute a program? N, number of instructions needed to complete the execution. How many instructions we need? Number of instructions needed to complete the execution. S, average number of basic steps needed to execute one mission instruction, and each step completes in one clock cycle. So averagely, how many basic steps to need one to execute one mission instruction, and how many cycles it required, because of in one clock cycle one step only going to be executed. Or is the clock rate. To achieve high performance, reduce the value of T which means reducing n and s and increasing r. Always t value should be low. Whenever you want to reduce the t value low, so always try to improve the value of r, that means clock rate, and try to reduce number of instructions and number of steps needed. Always try to reduce the numerator value, that is n into s, that is number of actual instructions needed to complete, and number of steps also. If you try to reduce this one, so automatically your performance of the system is going to be increased. The next one is pipeline and superscalar operation. So in the last unit we will study in detail about this one, pipelining and superscalar operation. The improvement of performance can be achieved by overlapping the execution of successive instructions called as a pipelining. See, the improvement of performance can be achieved by overlapping the execution of successive instructions called as a pipelining. Here, what is the meaning of this one means? Simply, I will take an instruction. If I want to execute an instruction, we need simple steps 3: fetch, decode, execute. See, if we want to execute an instruction, we want to fetch the instruction, decode the instruction, and execute an instruction. So in every first cycle, I will fetch an instruction. Coming to the second cycle, I will decode the first instruction and I will fetch one more second instruction. That means first instruction is decoding and second instruction I am fetching. Coming to step 3, first instruction will be execute, second instruction is going to be decode, and the third instruction will be in a fetch stage. So 3 are happening at a time. This type of concept will be called as a pipelining concept. When multiple number of instructions are to be executed by creating parallel paths, is called as a superscalar operation. When multiple number of instructions are to be executed by creating a parallel path, so that is called as a superscalar operation. And one more, compiler. A compiler means, just we will know that it is a translator. A compiler translates high level language program into a sequence of machine instructions. So that means whatever the high level program we have been given, that high level program should be converted into a mission level, because of the system will understand only the mission instructions, that is a binary format. So to convert the high level into low level or mission level, we need a translator. The translator is nothing but of a compiler. So in the previous slide we have seen, we always want to try to reduce n into s value. To reduce n, we need a suitable mission instruction set and a compiler that makes use of it. So number of instructions should be reduced and number of steps also should be reduced. When you try to reduce these two things, so automatically, so you will get a good t value. R value should be increased, n into s value should be decreased. Definitely your performance of the system will be as a good. The goal of this one is reducing of the value. That value is n into s value. Here two more, and it's important for 2 marks question also. CISC and RISC process. RISC means reduced instruction set computers. RISC means R means reduced, I means instruction, S means set, C means computer. Reduced instruction set computer, that is called as a RISC processor. Simple instructions require a small number of basic steps to execute. Simple instruction require a small number of basic steps to execute. Complex instruction set computer, that is CISC processor. C means complex, I means instruction, S means set, C means computer. A complex instruction require a large number of steps. A key consideration is use of a pipelining. In generally, we think of if the instruction is complex, automatically the solving nature will be as a difficult also. It takes much more steps also. So, general the feeling of complex instructions is it takes more time to solve. That's why it is calling as a complex. If an instruction which a plus b simply says that very easy. But I have given an equation, some a square plus b into something like that I have been given. I says that it is somewhat complex because of the operations are more and more process should be happened. A key consideration is the use of pipelining. Whenever you are trying to solve the CISC, so at that time we will use the concept called as a pipelining. S is close to 1 even though the number of basic steps for instruction may be considerably larger. S is close to 1 even though the number of basic steps for instruction may be considerably larger. It is much easier to implement efficient pipelining in the processor with simple instruction set. It is much easier to implement efficient pipelining in processor with a simple instruction set. Here the performance measurement. Measure computer performance using a benchmark program. Measuring of the performance using a benchmark program. System Performance Evaluation Corporation, SPEC, System Performance Evaluation Corporation, selects and publish representative application programs for different application domains together with the test results for many commercial available computers. So this Performance Evaluation Corporation will evaluate the performance of the system and test the results of a system for many commercial computers. Program is compiled and run on real-time computer is measured. So they will run the program on the real-time computer and they will measure the performance of a system. The same program is also compiled and run on reference computer because of whenever you want to know the performance of a system. Suppose if I run the same program on two different machines. If one machine executes the instruction fastly and another machine executes the instruction some slowly, automatically which is having a less elapsed time, that means the time taken to execute an instruction, in generally we say that the system is having a good performance. So the SPEIC be the rating program, I in the suit. The overall rating for a computer or measure is given by, so that is SPEC rating equals to running time on the reference computer by running time on the computer under test. So they are taking running time on the reference computer and running time on the computer under test. SPEC rating equals to pi equals to 1 to n SPEC by whole power n. So with this formula they are going to be measured. Thank you.